So why work with angels? Well, you know, it's kind of fascinating to me as I was looking even through songs to play on the break. Almost so many songs have the word angel. You look, angels are ubiquitous. I mean, they either have the best branding or everybody is in love with angels. I mean, you look through all religions, I could not find a religion that didn't assume the presence of angels. Isn't that kind of fascinating? Muslim, Christian, Judaism, Islam. I mean, philosophies, even people, cultures, even atheists believe in angels. So, so people will say, why work with the angelic? And my cheeky reply is usually, don't work with the angelic. In which they look at me and say, what do you mean don't work with the angelic? You're the angel lady, which sounds like the cat lady, But my, so what I say is don't work with the angels, work with the great archangels. So what's the difference? Well, if you want spiritual awakening, you would go to a spiritual master who can give you that experience, right? Because we really want the experience for ourselves rather than being talked to about spirit. We want to know it and go in and live it inside of ourselves. And a spiritual master can give us that. Well, the great archangels are the spiritual masters, not only of the angelic realm, but of all realms. And I know that's kind of a bold statement. They are collusive with the spirit. They help you connect to the Christ, the traveler, the Holy Spirit. And the Christ, traveler, Holy Spirit helps you connect to the great archangels. It's all the same. It's just another conduit to that. That's why I read you that quote from John Roger. So the great archangels are not, they come from a much higher source than angels or humans. And again, we'll explain that. Not only are they not a substitution for your beloved spiritual presences, they are your beloved spiritual presences. They're all the same. So you see, so many of you, if not everyone in this room, and I haven't had a chance to look at everyone yet, everyone online, but I would venture to say that you've had at least a field trip in the angelic realm, if not many, many lifetimes, if not most of your lifetimes, or why the heck would you be at a class about angels, right? So that being the case, you may connect up into the Christ or the traveler or the Mother Mary through the angelic Christ, traveler, Mother Mary, easier or differently or more tangibly than you might going through the human one. Now, I know what you're saying, like, wait, isn't Christ? Absolutely. But you see, we go up through the human, we go up through the angelic a little differently. Now, not only does the angelic Jesus and the human Jesus play for the same team, they're the same. But we approach them from whatever realm we're in, and then we go straight into Jesus and up. Make sense? Yeah? Clearly, if you can go direct to God, do not stop at a great archangel, go direct to God. Okay? If you can go directly to Jesus or the Buddha, by all means, and I'm sure you can, right? It's just that unless you're Jesus or Buddha, you probably don't walk around always connected consciously in your awareness to God. So if that's the case, why not take this shortcut? Why not ride up on a Michael or a Gabriel or a Raphael, etc., okay? Something that we've recently discovered is great archangels are a repository of God's intention. So we all relate to them more as beings because we're beings, right? We're beings, we're containers of God, right? The great archangels can be better understood as intentions of God, loving, joy, spiritual warriorship, whatever that is. They are a repository of God's experience in that intention, not only of their experience, but of our experience, of God's experience. So again, that's a pretty highfalutin statement. And that's our experience, that you can connect into that intention when you connect into a great archangel. Now, these are very pristine beings. You may experience it similar enough to us that you can connect in, that it will connect you into that big presence. And then again, keep going, make it your own, trust your own experience. So one of our very first classes, 60 classes ago, Michael was talking, and I reached out and touched him to tell him about some logistic. And all of a sudden, his words sputtered out. He stopped being able to talk and called a break. And we were only like an hour into class, to have a 5-hour class, you know. And so I followed him, aghast, thinking I had broken him. And so we went in there, and it turns out that when I had touched him, it had accessed him into his angelic self. And when he came back into the class and started speaking, before he left the class, he was talking about clearing from his own experience. Now, who doesn't want to hear Michael Hayes talk about clearing, right? Right? Yeah, all of us, right? When he came back, he started talking about something else. But it was electric. It was like we were all being bathed in divine love, because accessing his angelic self had brought him into this incredible experience. And where before he was speaking from his own experience, when he came back, it was like he was speaking from God's experience. And it was extraordinary. So that's available to you. It's available to you where you can go into the angelic, be here as easily as shifting your eyes right and left, easier. Even right now, right this moment.
Is it intentional?
Yeah, it's intention. Yeah, it's intention, and it is practice. But also realize that you may have practiced this for 8 million lifetimes, and here you come into this and you just get it. Okay? So JR said, if you want God consciousness, assume God consciousness. But I experience angels, I experience almost no, in fact, I don't experience them with form. I experience them as presence or essence. Occasionally, I'll see, 2 big blue eyes, and that'll be Michael. Do I ever see, like, fat babies or, robes? I don't. I mean, maybe I'm just unaware, and we cannot rule that out. But I don't see them with, a rod and a staff and that kind of thing. I experience them as presence, as essence. So I've heard people say to me, well, I don't know, I don't see angels. And then they'll have it, and we'll talk about it more. And to me, it's like, well, you're knowing angels because you don't see them like people depict them, Give yourself, take a leap of faith. See, you sense them with spiritual sensing, which is far more, you don't see them like I'm seeing Michael, or I'm touching Michael, or I'm, tasting, I'm drinking water. That's very tangible. We're in this world, right? But you know them with your spiritual sensing. You see them spiritually. Now, I understand some of this might not be all that comprehensible. Again, experience it. Now, with that said, you're going to see soon a meditation. If I want to know who's present, I go into that unknowing, and I allow it to come to me. I don't go towards it. I don't ask a lot of questions. I just sit, and I wait. Like I'm looking at our friend here. Can I say your name? David. And he's got the Archangel, the Great Archangel of the Divine Mother with him. Now, did I see like a mother? No. It's just a knowing. Okay? So I then, after I learned of these presences, the archangels, I then learned more about their characteristics after I had the experience of them. And so I present them in this meditation to help you connect into, okay, this is Michael, this is Gabriel, this is Raphael. But if you can just know it, by all means, again, just know it. Okay? Now, sometimes I can just know it. If I can't, it does help to go, I sense a little snippet of salmon. And then I go, okay, RAL. Okay? So again, no rules. No, as little form as you can put on it, do. But sometimes we need form because we're in form. So what's the value of knowing who's present, of being more aware specifically? The more aware you are of them, the more they can support you in what you're doing. And the more you're aware of them, the more you can support them in what they're doing, and the more they can utilize you for what they're doing, which is the work of God. They can help you with healing. They bring forward profound healing on all levels. Assist with your ministry, help you deal with negativity. JR came in at a grace training and said the Archangel Gabriel just gave me the 8-foot cube of light, whether it might be upset or a crowd of people, or if you have work where you're doing healing work or anything, 8-foot cube of light. So he came in and said the Archangel Gabriel just gave me this for you. So here's another JR quote on that. An angel may sometimes come in to hold energy for you as an individual. Angels can serve you greatly in this way. If you sense their presence around you, just bless them and extend your light to them and love them. When they hold energy for you, they may be assisting you in handling negativity. John Roger, loving each day.